So as many of you are aware, my country partially opened, so we are free to do business. Some of the businesses have been opened, and I decided, after 2 months and some weeks indoors, trapped indoors, lockdown, I decided to go to town and check on my friends and see how we are progressing, and I was looking also for some items for myself. So when I got to town, definitely there were very many people, everybody was excited because of the opening. Now, as I moved in town, I noticed this black ML Mercedes-Benz, I think it's like G600, parked next to a supermarket. Oh my gosh, the sun was shining on it and it was sparkling. I decided to move closer. Remember, what you can see and touch, you can get. So I decided to move closer and have a clear glance of this Mercedes-Benz. So as I got closer, I noticed it had these sport rims, badass sport rims. They're all shining. It had these leather seats inside, black leather seats. It had this color that was very amazing and eye-catching. And in front, the owner had put these mudguards on it. It had these defenders on it. Oh, the vehicle was very amazing. I looked at it. I fancied it. I felt, really, if I'm to own this vehicle, can I handle it? Can I maintain it? But later on, as I moved back home, I started thinking, I'm like, this ML, what about it? I didn't know the cost. I couldn't know how much it travels per hour. I didn't know it is a speed gauge. I didn't know its maintenance fee. I didn't know its fuel consumption. I had so many things that I did not know from this vehicle that I just seen. Why? Because I did not have the manual of the car, but I had just seen it. I just looked at its appearance and I just admired it and I just fancied it. And many of us as leaders have acted like this. We have shown out what we need people to see, but we have not brought out ourselves to see what we do in the dark. And yet, often in time, what happens in the dark determines what happens outside. We have seen leaders being entrenched. We have seen leaders being evicted. We have seen leaders being trapped because of lack of integrity, lack of character, lack of discipline. And yet there's the people that we put up front for them to lead us, for them to take us somewhere. Now, what happens in there? Why does somebody appear to be who they don't? Just like that Mercedes-Benz, I looked at it, but I didn't have any information about it, just the virtue of seeing it. I want to relate this with a Chinese bamboo tree. Many of us have been told about the Chinese bamboo tree, and what we have been told is that this tree takes 5 years down deep in the ground as it is trying to strengthen its roots, as it's trying to deepen its roots, as it's trying to become firm to get ready for it to sprout out. And once it sprouts out, it grows 90 feet tall in 5 weeks. That is the story. And many motivational speakers, many leaders have talked about this story, and I'm sure you have heard that story. But there's something they never tell us. If this tree can grow 90 feet in just less than 5 weeks, what happens? That tree does not keep there forever. They cut it. But they never tell you what happens after it has been cut. And this is what really happens in the dark. You may be moving and look at this Chinese bamboo tree. First of all, for a record, it is the strongest tree on earth. It is so strong that it's stronger than steel and concrete combined. This tree is used as a deodorant. It is used as food. It's eaten, its roots, its leaves. Fascinating about it is that it grows 35 inches in a day. But that's not surprising. The surprise is it grows 1.3 inches on average within an hour. Literally meaning you can see this tree growing. Now, whenever you cut this tree, it does not grow back from the stem you've cut it from. Never. What happens when you cut it, when you harvest it after the 5 weeks, what it does, it grows more leaves outside from where you've cut from the old stem, so that those leaves can be able to help the roots to feed, to provide nutrients to the roots as it grows. So a new stem sprouts out from the ground, not from the old stem. A new stem sprouts out from the ground, and that stem also takes 5 weeks to also be harvested. Literally meaning it is the fastest growing tree or the fastest growing plant here on earth. Imagine harvesting something in 5 weeks. Unless it's GMO. the genetic modified crops and plants, but this is natural. So that is where the science is. Whatever manifests outside has already been manifested inside. And as a leader, it is not the outside we are more interested in. We are interested in what happens inside, in the dark, when you do not see. We have seen several people who get job offers when they already have a job, or they move. It's easy for them to move from one job to another because of what they have planted inside them when people are not seeing. That means their character, their discipline, their behavior, their integrity, their knowledge gives them the leeway to find another job so easily, or gives them the new leeway to attract other people to give them those job offers. As leaders, we should learn, we should work harder on our inside, because it's out of the inside that reflects the outside, just like the bamboo tree. Don't act like the Mercedes Benz that I saw, but I did not have the manual for it. I did not know what entails it. Let us act like the bamboo tree. Let us give ourselves out there, because what you give is a manifestation of what happens inside. Spend more time, build yourself inward, not outward. And once we build ourselves inward, that means we shall be able to stand the storm, no matter how many times they cut us down. We shall be able to sprout out, we shall be able to grow, and we shall be able to stand and provide that we already have taken tirelessly to work in the inside to reflect in the outside. Thank you very much, and I'm sure this episode has been a blessing to you, and if yes, kindly share it so that you can help another person grow from the inside rather than from the outside. And if you're new, it's Mind Lab Africa. Feel free to send us your thoughts, send us your insights, share with us your ideas, and we shall be glad to hear from you and respond to you. Remember to subscribe. I'm Dr. Rwakiseta Herbert. Adios.
Mind Lab.
You're gonna learn today. Learn today. Learn today.
Do not miss.